Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another set of play techniques courtesy of Alfred Scheinwald. Um, First one, there's a kind of a routine auction to 4 spades. 5 of clubs is the lead. There we go. And this is, a very straightforward problem, really, if you just analyze it before you play at trick one. You have 2 ways of making. If you look at it, there's a potential club loser and a certain diamond loser and 2 certain heart losers. So you need to find a way to get rid of one of these losers. So the one that jumps to mind is North has led from the king of clubs, and that is a straightforward 50% chance. Although it does help to check their lead style. It may give further clues. But let's say they've no agreement, they're strangers, so this is a 50% chance. Is there another way of getting an additional trick? Well, yes, there is. You've got a 5-card diamond suit there. So you would want to rough that suit out and set up, well, maybe 2 diamond discards if they're 3-3, or just 1 diamond discard if it's breaking 4-2. Now, it's a matter then, can I do both of these? Well, how will I try to set up the diamond suit? I need 3 entries. I may need 3 entries. I need to rough a diamond, cross back, rough a diamond, cross back, and cash the remaining diamonds. That's if they're breaking 4-2. Do I have 3 entries? As long as I dock the first diamond, I will have the ace of diamonds as an entry, the queen of spades, and the jack of spades. So definitely not a hand for drawing trumps if I want to set up the diamond. So what are the odds? Well, 50% of the club suit, and the chance of diamonds being 3-3 or 4-2 is 84%. So very definitely we want to go and take the diamond, setting up a diamond trick as our preferred option, but maybe we can do both. How about taking the club finesse now? What will they do? Well, they'll see the ace of clubs in dummy. They'll almost certainly switch to hearts. And now when I duck my diamond to keep my entries, they'll be able to cash 2 hearts and I will go down. I don't like going down. So I'm going to go for my, can I just show you that if I just play the queen here, then almost certainly they'll see no future in this suit. Not a great future really in the diamond suit with the 5 cards there. So they're likely to switch to hearts. And now the 2 heart winners are being set up before you have a chance to establish the last diamond. So since the club finesse fails, you cannot take the club finesse and go for the diamond. So let's go back to where we were. Almost certainly we shouldn't take it because it's only a 50% chance. We should go for the much better chance of diamonds breaking 3-3 or 4-2. So we rise with the ace. And then, as I said to you earlier, we can't afford to draw trumps. There are entries. We can't even afford to cash ace of diamonds and another diamond because that uses up one of the entries. We must lead a diamond at trick 2. And now it doesn't matter what South plays, but it depends really how much nerve you have here. I suppose some people might rise with the king in case you're leaning towards Queen Doubleton. And, well, they'll probably cash the king, because why not cash a trick when it's coming? And now they'll take the heart. So, but it's too late. So well done to Jack. That's Wacko Jack. Well done to Malcolm. Both got this perfect. They rose with the ace at trick 1. And so, see, we're okay now. I'm going to set up my diamonds. I've got loads of high trumps over here. So all I need is a decent break. I'm going to rough high, of course, because I don't want to be over roughed. Always show off when you can. It looks so good. Goes away a club. And then we can draw the first of our trumps. And now set up the diamonds. Again, why not? And now we have to finish drawing the trumps, ending in dummy, so that we can cash our 8 of diamonds. Well, they may break 2-2, but why take the chance? Let's cash the 10 of spades first. And they didn't break just as well. Now I cash the last spade, ending in dummy. And of course, I got the 8 of diamonds. One other person made this, I noticed. That's throwing away my loser. So she'll throw that away, keep it to there. I'm going to claim one trick, I think, because I have the 9 of spades left. So one trick means I just make my contract. And two people got this right. Two people got it wrong. They took the club finesse. And sadly, West South did indeed switch to hearts. But after the diamond was docked, they just decided that they didn't want to cash the jack and 10 of hearts. They wanted to lead a club up to the ace of clubs. So I think that was reckless in the extreme. It was reckless in the extreme because they could have just set the contract at that point by cashing their winners, and they decided to give the declarer a chance to finish setting up the diamonds and throwing it away. So pay attention, whoever it was, when you have winners and they set the contract, them. It's good for your side. Okay, and right, I'm checking for comments. Any final comments? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next board, which is board 2. Okay, board 2, and export to the table. And okay, so it's pass, one no trump, 2 spades, and somewhat aggressive 4 spades. I don't mind a try, but going to 4 spades into a little bit on the excessive side, but there we go. So I often assume that these hands are hands he encountered at the bridge table, but I don't know. He may have just invented the bidding. Who knows? And similarly, the one no trump, by the way, I think is what 4? It used to be strong no trump, didn't they? 4, 8, 19, 20. Yes, it's the 16 count. So which I think is what that presumably says over there. Yes, one no trump, 15 to 17. Okay, so the lead is the Queen of Hearts. And what's that about? I see. There we go. So this actually for declarer should be very interesting because the Queen of Hearts shows that East has the Jack. I suppose it just could be Jack Queen Doubleton and West has 6 hearts. Surely not. So East has the Queen and the Jack of Hearts. That's 3 of the missing points. And there's only 16 other points missing. The Ace of Spades, Ace King of Hearts, etc. You can see them in the West hand. So at this point, North should know that he or she can place every single missing card. The Queen of Diamonds must be with West. The King of Clubs must be with West. Ace King of Hearts, assuming East isn't the sort of person to want to leave Ace Queen, which I don't think so. No, surely not. So West has Ace King of Hearts and the Ace of Spades as well. So this is really terrible news. To start off with, the club finesse is going to fail. And the diamond finesse is going to fail because West has the Queen of Diamonds. And we're going to lose the Ace of Clubs as well. So actually, we're booked apparently for 1 down at this point. So let's carry on. No, oops, sorry, I misclicked. He would, of course, continue with the Jack. And I've actually played small. Okay, so so what do we do? Well, I think we're not going to let that there. We're just going to rough it. Do I need to get empties to dummy? Can't see that either. I don't think it matters what I do. I can ruff with a high spade and keep more entries to dummy, but I don't need them for anything that I can see. So I'm perfectly happy if I want to go and ruff with a low spade. So I may as well start trying to draw the trump. So I'm feeling quite depressed with all this at the moment. And now, when West wins, what should West do? Well, the thing to do, of course, you've got the Queen of Diamonds over the Jack of Diamonds. You've got the King of Clubs over the Queen of Clubs. The obvious thing is not to go and give a trick away, not to go and lead a club, not to go and lead a diamond, because you're probably gifting the opponents a trick. And what you should do is therefore just continue playing the suits which just give declarer the tricks that declarer has. So either the ace of hearts or the three of spades. There's no future in the space suit either. What you do not do, which somebody did, they thought that in spite of being able to see the king and the jack of diamonds in dummy, the right thing to do was to give away a diamond trick. Trust me, whoever it was, it's not the right thing to do. You just go and exit on something passive to okay, so what else should we do? You can, I suppose, try and rough out the heart suit, see if we have a rough and discard coming our way. Why not? Of course. Should I take the club finesse? I don't see any virtue in it. Maybe West has a king of clubs. Let's finish roughing out the club suit. Sorry, roughing out the heart suit, because just maybe West has Doubleton king of clubs. Here we go. I'm going to rough the a heart. That's brilliant. Okay, I've still got a trump left in either hand. Okay, now let's see. Heart lead. There we go. I'm going to duck this. I don't think it matters whether I play the queen. Do I end up with the jack? Or it doesn't matter. I'm going to play. I don't think it matters. I'm going to just play small. And there we go. Forces out the king. I knew they had the king because of the point count. So, and what should West do? Well, what West should not do, of course, is lead away from the Queen of Diamonds up to the King and Jack of Diamonds. So unlucky North. Um, there's no end play because they've got a club left, and so they can go and play one. So it comes down to how do we play the diamonds, and there's two chances that I can see. One of them, of course, is that West started with. I'm not going to finesse the jack. Anybody who finessed the Jack of Diamonds is not paying attention to the bidding. West showed 16 points. West must have the Queen of Diamonds, but maybe it's a doubleton. What's he shown up with? 2 spades, 4 hearts. I don't really think he can't have 5 clubs anyway. The most he's ever is 4 clubs. There is no chance of Queen Doubleton Diamond. So that leaves my only other chance, which is there because I have the 9 and the 8 of diamonds in dummy. I can take what's called a backward finesse. I lead the Jack of Diamonds, knowing it will be covered by the Queen, because it gives me a finesse against the 10. And although West might have the 10 of diamonds, West doesn't have to have the 10 of diamonds. Maybe East has it. So at least I'll be taking the finesse that might actually win. And in fact, as you can see, it does win because East does have the 10 of diamonds. So that's called a backward finesse, where you know the normal finesse is going to lose. So you sacrifice your finessing card, the Jack of diamonds, to set up an alternative finesse against the other player who may or may not have the 10 of diamonds. So at this point, I can claim. So I make my contract by taking this bet. So it's a position worth recognizing. It's not common. It needs the opponents to do a bid to identify the fact that the normal finesse is going to fail. And you also need the ability to take an alternative finesse against the 10. But when you've got this, you lead the Jack to get rid of the queen from where you know where it is, and then you finesse against the other player. Some people made this, I noticed. One of them, as I suggested, West was just over enthusiastic to give tricks away and led a diamond up to the king jack. But the other type of making it was a mistake by East. So if I just give you the board again, which I can't do because of a silly glitch in BBO programming. Here we go. So if I export the same hand to the table, and if I pass and bid for a spade, so we're in the same contract. Okay, let me, I don't know, how about if I want to get this to the stage where I can talk about the diamond suit. So that is, they led a heart, and we were, etc. So we're coming down to the diamond suit. So the right play, of course, as I've discussed, is the jack of diamonds to drive out the queen, then finessing is the thing. But what somebody tried is leading the 9. Now, I don't know, really. I suppose it could be right to cover with the 10 here. I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, if partner's got the ace of diamonds, that's good. That'll set the contract. If partner's got the queen of diamonds, it's going to set up a finesse against the queen of diamonds. I do not believe you should cover with the 10. And indeed, when people lead cards like the 9, they've often got the 8. And the normal rule is if you're going to cover, you cover the second card. So anyway, whoever tried this, because they did cover, and of course, once they've covered, now they have set a finesse against partner. That's why you try to cover the second of 2 touching cards, not the first one. But the north hand was hidden, so it was a bit of a guess. So well tried, whoever it was, leading the 9. The right play, though, is, of course, to play the 4. And now, well, if you put the jack in, you're going to lead to the queen. That's 1 down. If you play the king, well, you see, whatever, king, queen, if you leave the jack back, now get a cover, and now your 10 is good. So it's very important to think about is that don't automatically cover something. Think about whether they're going to profit you or not. I don't think it's entirely clear, but I would have gone and let the 9 run. But anyway, well done to the person who tried the trick of leading the 9. But now you'll know there's an even better way. You could play West with the 10 of diamonds. Oh, really? What, he led the queen? No. How do you finish against the 10 of diamonds, Jack? Let me go back to where we go. I want to play the diamond suit. Sorry, I win. There we go. Here we are. How do I play West for queen and 10 of diamonds? I don't see how to play West for the queen and 10 of diamonds. How did he do it? I mean, small to the 9. Okay, go. So I'm in dummy, right? More to the cross. I'm just crossed it to dummy here. I lead a small diamond to finesse. West has the 10 of diamonds and plays the 10 of diamonds. Right? There is no small to the 9. Well, not unless West is asleep and doesn't want to make a trick from his queen 10 of diamonds. So that 7 of diamonds is the 9. It forces out the 10. It forces out the ace, and I'm still left with the queen. So finessing West for the queen and the 10 is only going to win if West is fully asleep. So no, I don't think West was unlucky. You have to lead the jack and then finesse in the other direction. You have a genuine finesse that way. If West has a 10 of that 7 of diamonds is the 10 of diamonds, Jack. Right? The 7 of diamonds is the 10. I'm giving West the queen and the 10. The 7 of diamonds I've played is the 10 of diamonds. What do I do? Do I still finesse the 9? You have to, in your mind, pretend the 7 of diamonds is the 10, Jack. Now, when the 6 of diamonds is led for this finesse of the 9, I am playing the 10. Okay, well, Jack's thinking, I think, but we're all waiting for you here, Jack. Oh, the king and then the jack. Okay, so let's undo this. Remember, the 7 is right. So I'm going to play the king of diamonds first. Okay, now I'm going to lead what, a small diamond? Oh, the jack of diamonds. Well, I cover with the queen, and now my 10 is good. Remember, the 7 of diamonds is the 10 of diamonds. I don't think what you're suggesting is going to work, Jack. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we've all seen it, and I've saved it already for Sanya. So I say the right technique: drive out for the queen for where we know it is, set up an alternative finesse. So it's the sort of thing that if you've seen before, it's kind of, well, this is my best chance, and hard to see if it's a new thing for you. So, well, hopefully you'll all do it next time you see it. You should cover the 10 when you think you're promoting the next card down, Caroline. So has North led the 9 without the 8 is the question. And I vote for no, because very few people just lead. You know, if you got King 9-2, very few people just lead the 9 and then run it on the basis that the 10, given that there's a King Jack finessing, very few people have it. So you cover, all is general principle. You always cover when you believe you are promoting a trick for your side. Otherwise, you don't cover. Okay, and if you can see what they have, and they are leading from a sequence of 2 in a row, it's always right to cover the second one, not first. So if the 9 and 8 have been visible, so you can see he's got the 8 and leaves the 9, and then they lead the 8, it's the second one that you always cover, not the first one. Okay, moving on to board number 3, which of course I can't do because of this glitch in BBO programming. Here we go, back at the board and export to the table. Jolly good. Oh, a long sequence. Do we need it? Well, oh, okay, I don't mind. So, 1 heart, double, redouble, 2 diamonds. I remember I made a comment on the auction. 2 hearts, 3 diamonds. Is that right? Oh no, there's a pass. Oh, I'm out of this double. Who bid 2 diamonds? 2 hearts, but undo. 2 hearts. There we go. Okay, 3 diamonds, 3 hearts, 4 diamonds. This is endless, isn't it? For people thinking they have a little bit more. And this surely has to be a real auction from years and years ago, but I have no idea. So just coming back to the auction, do not listen to a single thing that anybody said here. Redouble, of course, these days is played as I am short in the heart suit. They are in trouble. I have enough to know that we have the balance of points. I want to go and punish them in whatever contract they reach. It certainly does not mean I have a fit with you and I want to hear them preempt to some high level, and then I wish to guess whether to bid 2 hearts, 3 hearts, or 4 hearts. So redouble is so like from the last 2 centuries ago. It's unbelievable. As is East bid, partner goes and doubles, and I have a 7-card diamond suit. Do I want to go and preempt and make life difficult? No, of course I don't want to preempt. I want to go and make a minimum bid of 2 diamonds. It's really painful to watch bidding like this, I tell you, but never mind. Apparently, that is what Alfred Scheinwald said what happened. And the lead. Although we believe we have diamonds, we lead the king of clubs, which begins to make me think he made the whole story up. And is there any point ducking this? I don't think so. They'll have a trick in the bag, and besides, I don't know that West has got 5 clubs. It's normal to cover with the ace, and it's normal to rough high-ish, just in case you can get partner in again. A high-low in trumps means you've got 3. It's sort of the opposite signaling to normal signaling when you're signaling the trump suit. So a low one would suggest it's your only trump or you have 2 trumps. And therefore, you don't want to ruffle your 10, of course, but the 6. And if you later you follow with the 3, you're telling partner, I've got another ruff if you can actually manage it. And the obvious thing, East obviously desperately wants to go and get his partner in. So the only way he can do that, and partner did double, so there's good chances the partner's got the ace of spades, and you can see that a spade to the ace and another club ruff will totally set this contract, and that is what any rational player would actually do. But not in the Alfred Scheinwald hand. You bid diamonds and partner supported them. Maybe partner's got the ace of diamonds to re-enter, even though I can see it in dummy. So they lead back the queen of diamonds for no reason whatsoever that I can see. So now we're being given a lifeline here, and we can throw something away on the ace of diamonds. But if you think about it, it's the wrong thing to do. I see little point in throwing a spade, to be honest. So it does at first sight look, well, I can throw away a club, but is that good to throw away a club? I've always got a club loser. And so if I throw one club, I will still lose a club. So I'm not quite sure what I'm achieving by throwing away the winning club, which I would win later on, and keeping a losing club. Nevertheless, it's what a lot of people did. And I'll just go through the motions. There I go away. I draw 2 rounds of trumps. And well, I suppose diamonds are useless. There's another trump out. There's one on blocking diamonds, just in case I had to cross across to partner. And now I go and lead my 10 of clubs because I want to use the 2 clubs in dummy. And really, at this point, if you count the hand, you've seen all the clubs. You've seen the hearts go. So Declarer's got 4 hearts left, started with 2 clubs and a void in diamonds. So Declarer has got, have I got the count? No, he started with 3 clubs, 6 hearts. He's got 4 hearts left. So there's 2 club winners in dummy, but even so, he's got 4 spades to deal with. The worst possible thing, whatever he thought was the right thing to do, was, and as almost always is never the right thing to do, is break open the suit to go and give Declarer whatever tricks Declarer has in the spade suit. And you can see now, Declarer's got no problems with the contract. He can actually ruff his spades or use the Jack-9 of clubs in dummy to allow the contract to make. So what you have to do is simply keep your nerve. He's got 4 spades to get rid of, and he's only got 2 club discards. So just pay another club. Oh, good, I can get rid of a spade. Oh, look, I got another winner. I can get rid of another spade. And now, bother, I can't get rid of my last spade. Well, I guess I have to find the ace of spades on side. Spade. 10 to make sure of the trick. King. And now it's safe to lead a spade back. And so we've managed to set the contract because we didn't panic and cash, as so many did, I'm afraid. We're now taking 4 tricks because we allowed him to take 2 discards on his clubs because we could work out that he had or she had 4 spades and couldn't get rid of all the spades. There was no rush to go and play the spades. So I'm claiming 1 down here. How miserable, how miserable. But it can be made. Oh dear. I am not allowed to look at board 3 twice in a row. I don't know why, but I'm not allowed to. Okay, upload it to the table. And I'm not going to subject you to all that again. I'm going to open 4 hearts and play that. Okay, so we get the double dummy lead of the king of clubs, even though partner's been bidding diamonds like crazy, and we go in rough. And then we decide not to set the contract. We play back the queen of diamonds. Now, as I've just shown you, throwing a club away, as long as the opponents keep their nerve, does nothing for us because I'm throwing away a winner in the club suit. And I don't want to bore you, but if I go and throw away a spade and try and develop the club suit, once again, I will not end up with enough winners to get rid of all my spades. So it doesn't pay me to throw either a spade, trust me, and you know it doesn't pay to throw a club. So what we should do is rough this. I'm roughing high just on principle. And who knows, maybe the ace of diamonds will be useful later. I'm going to draw trumps and I want to end in hand. So I'll tell you why in a second. So again, they'll probably just throw that away. And I need to draw another trump. So, and probably unblocking is the right thing to do in case, well, I don't know, actually. Maybe I should throw a low spade and keep, well, anyway, it's not going to matter. So trust me. Okay, here we go. Now, I want to go and set my clubs up for discards. Now, you certainly don't want to go and lead the 10 of clubs because that makes it easy for them to defend. They win the queen and they can count your hand out. So they know you got 4 spades. They just allow you to take the jack and 9 of spades and lurk there with their ace. So we certainly don't want to make it easy for them by leading the 10 of clubs. So what we do is lead the 3, because playing the queen of clubs now isn't the same at all. The queen of clubs means they've gifted us 3 club tricks. I've got the 10 of clubs, and then I've got the jack and the 9, which allows me to spade discard. So rising with the queen of clubs is the way to let the contract in by setting up the club suit for discards. So the natural thing to do is, you know, the 10 of clubs is there because your partner ruffed, you know everything about the club suit. Put the 6 in, pause out one of the winners, and now when they play a club back, we will be able to beat that club with the queen, and they've only got 1 winner, the jack of clubs in the north hand. But at this point, South double crosses you because once he's managed to get that free trick in the club suit, he can actually ignore the club suit entirely by taking a late discard. Now he's got a winner. You see, it's fine to throw away a club at this stage because now he can throw away his loser in the club suit and, just start playing on the spade suit. Even if I misguess everything, even if I play the king here and a spade comes back there. So even though I've got another spade winner, you can see I can rough my 2 losing spades. Here, he's trying to cash it, but not to be. And I rough a club. Oops, no, I don't ruff a club. Try roughing with a trump, always works better. And rough the last spade, and so I've made my contract. So this was claim the remaining tricks, making this time. This was what's called a Morton's fork or dilemma coup when the Queen of Diamonds was led. The Queen of Diamonds gives you the option at that point to take a discard, but it's too early. If you go and discard, you're discarding your winning club, not a losing club. So delay the discard, rough it early, keep the Ace of Diamonds for later. Then when you start playing the club suit, well, if West rises with the Queen, he's set up dozens of club tricks for you. And if he ducks the club Queen, suddenly, magically, you can use the Ace of Diamonds to throw away your other club at that point. And it's the classic dilemma coup. Whether he rises with the Queen and sets up 3 discards or whatever it is, or whether he ducks the Queen and allows you to switch tacks to roughing the spacesuit, whatever West does, you are going to make the contract. Sean, what if you rough a small diamond back to declarer? At what point, Sean? Shall I put the hand up again? You can tell me. Export to the table. And it's a 4-heart contract. Pass. So they lead the King of Clubs, and it's roughed, and they misplay by leading the Queen of Diamonds. And now, what if you rough a small diamond back to declare? What's that mean, Sean? At what point? Sean? Do you need to talk? Are you on? Are we on the right hand? Were you talking about the last hand? Okay, well, I'm not getting any further chat, so I'm going to leave it like that. All right, everybody. So don't make a discard when it's no use to you. Keep the discard until later on. It gives you more options. And the idea is when you leave that 3 of clubs, West either wastes his queen on the small cards or doesn't take it, and then you discard your loser. Okay, I'm going to see if I can go to board 4. Yeah, I can for once in a blue moon. Okay, so export this to the table. Upload to the table. Okay, so this is another nice, simple one to end with. It's a 1 spade, 1 to trump, 4 spades. I won't bore you with that. Pass, 4 spades. Not sure I'd do that. I personally go looking for the heart suit as an alternative, but there we go. And the lead is to Jack of Diamonds. So immediate analysis says you've got a diamond loser and you have 3 heart losers. If you're lucky, hearts are 3-3, and you only have 2 heart losers, and you're going to make the contract regardless of what you do. But that's not a very good chance. 35.5, almost a third of the time. And how often does it happen when I go and give it to you in one of the dare problems? Never, in my opinion. So the hearts aren't going to break, it's only a third in real life, so it's not a very good chance. So what we want is a diamond trick, and maybe West has led from King Jack 10. People do, you never know. So the 3 of diamonds is played and the King of diamonds goes up. And at this point, everybody thought, well, I'll keep my Queen of diamonds. I'll cash the Queen of diamonds. I'll cross the dummy well with something or other. I'll somehow or other, I will reach dummy and cash the Ace of diamonds and throw away one of my losing hearts. But if you think about it, crossing to dummy with something or other to use the Ace of diamonds is you daydreaming. You're never going to cross to that dummy. I mean, what, with a spade, with a heart to the 4 of hearts? The only way of making a diamond trick is to use the fact that when people lead Jack and in this case, the Jack of Diamonds, they usually have the 10 with it. It's quite rare to see a lead of the Jack of Diamonds. So you do have a diamond trick, but not if you keep the Queen, because the Queen will block the suit and you will never be able to get across to the Ace of Diamonds. But if you throw the Queen away to unblock the suit, then you still have 2 diamond tricks, but by taking a finesse of the 9 of diamonds. So a typical play was you switch to something here, and we draw trumps because we don't like trumps being in the opponent's hands. Draw those. And another trump to take the last one out. I think hearts are useless. There we go. Okay, so I can no longer test the heart. It would have been nice actually to dock a few hearts and see if the hearts are 3-3. But as I said, it's rather odds against. I certainly don't want to test them in case they cash 3 hearts. I am going to play for what I think is an excellent chance that the 10 of diamonds was with the Jack of diamonds. I'm going to finesse the 9 here and make the contract by discarding one of my losing diamonds. So I'm happy to lose 2 hearts, so I'll claim all but 2. There we go. So it's all about just looking a bit ahead. Yes, you have a trick with the Queen of Diamonds, and with a different dummy, well, no problems. You might have the Ace of Clubs as an entry, or you might have the 10 of Spades over there, so you can get over there. By all means, keep the Queen of. But if there's no entry, look for alternatives. And having done this a few times in my life, really, it doesn't happen very often, but it's certainly not an uncommon thing. You can see that by keeping a card, you're blocking the suit, but the very fact they led the Jack says that you can pick up a trick with your Ace 9. So you unblock the Queen and play for the finesse, which, to be honest, is heavily odds on. When was the last person you saw somebody lead a Jack for what is likely to be a long suit without having the 10 of diamonds with it? So it's almost 100% play to unblock the Queen and go for the finesse of the Ace 9. Okay, and that is the end of today, folks. So hope you've enjoyed it. And Colin will be back next week with another 4 hands from the great Alfred Shinewald, a really magnificent player and teacher. When I was young, I used to play through all his auto bridge hands and buy all his books. And I used to play Kaplan Shinewald. But that was a long time ago. I've grown up since then. You're welcome, everybody. Okay, going to do my usual sequence. No, Caroline does not want to give any details whatsoever. Okay, I am crashing voice, crashing the thing, then the table. So bye-bye. I will see you all in a fortnight.